This discussion, and today we are going to discuss a very phenomenal and important information about the ellipse. More or less, this time in this lecture, we are going to discuss the second type of ellipse. As in the previous lecture, we have discussed the first type of ellipse. The equation of ellipse was x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 with some sort of very important restriction over that equation. Let me remind you, let me make your memories refresh about the first kind of ellipse. The equation was x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. This was first kind of ellipse with the information that a was greater than b. x के नीचे का denominator should be greater than y के नीचे का denominator. Means this quantity A should be greater than this quantity B with the relation, a very important and the most vital relation, that is B square is equal to A square times 1 minus E square, where E represent the eccentricity of the ellipse, and all of you know it better. What does it mean by say that eccentricity of ellipse? Ellipse पे कोई भी variable point which is moving on the ellipse, if he maintains a restriction being imposed on it, that Sp upon Pm is always going to be a constant. That constant is equal to E, and if path is going to be ellipse, that eccentricity E is going to be less than 1. So E is going to be eccentricity of that ellipse, and this is less than 1. That was the first type of ellipse. We have seen everything by watching the figure, and we have gone through studying about each and every vital and the important part of that first kind of ellipse. Let's discuss the second kind of ellipse. What is that exactly, respectable? When you talk about second kind of ellipse, so equation of ellipse will be same as x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Now please listen to me carefully. That is going to be very important. Afterwards we will be trying some authentic and interesting numerical based upon that theory. So if you talk about second kind of ellipse, equation ka format will remain same. Equation of that second type of ellipse will also be like x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 with the restriction कि अगर ये second kind of ellipse होगा तो this b will be greater than a, और रिलेशन होगा a square is equal to b square into 1 minus e square. Respectable, if this equation is having this kind of restriction, b, the denominator of y is going to be greater than a denominator of x, and when a and b maintains this relation, that a square is equal to b square into 1 minus e square, we will understand, we will get this information in well of our remembrance, that this given ellipse or equation or ellipse which is represented by this equation where a and b and e are bounded with each other with this relation is going to be second type of ellipse. If you talk about figure of that ellipse, so respectable, this time this will be some sort of figure of that ellipse like this. This is usual y-axis and this is usual x-axis. This is origin which is known as center of ellipse. So respectable, this is x dash and this is y dash. Definitely y-axis को ये ellipse जिन दो points पे cut कर रहा है, at which 2 points this ellipse is intersecting the y-axis in figure, they are being shown by b and b dash. So b dash, this time if a is less than b or b is greater than a, second kind of ellipse, so this b dash is going to be major axis, whereas this ellipse cutting down the x-axis at 2 different points, that is a and a dash. So capital A dash, this is known as minor axis of ellipse. आप जानते हैं whenever we talk about foci, so foci always lies on the major axis of the ellipse, since y-axis is going to be major axis, so respectable we will have two foci like S and S dash, which will be lying on this major axis of the ellipse BB dash. If we talk about the coordinate of this S, it will be 0 comma BE, and this will be 0 comma minus BE. While talking about directrix of that ellipse, this is going to be directrix number 1. An equation of this directrix y is equal to plus b upon e, and here it comes the second directrix of that ellipse whose equation is y is equal to minus b upon e. तो सारे टर्मिनोलॉजी जो भी a और e में थे वो सारे अब b और e में होंगे. Since foci are lying on y axis, so x coordinate of each foci is going to be 0. वहाँ foci ae, 0 and minus ae, 0 थी. Naturally, since everything has now got converted onto the y-axis, major got minor and minor got major. So obviously foci of that ellipse is going to be 0 comma BE and 0 comma minus BE. We have got two directrixes whose equation are y is equal to plus b upon e and y is equal to minus b upon e. Respectable, when you talk about lattice rectum of this ellipse, so we have got two lattice rectum. One is L dash, one is L1 dash. What will be the coordinate of L and L dash? What will be the coordinate of L1 and L1 dash? How would you determine these coordinate? So respectable, while talking about L or L dash, suppose I am interested to find this coordinate of L dash. So L dash is lying on ellipse. Certainly it is a point which is lying on this ellipse, if I am not wrong. So respectable, L dash ellipse x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 पर lie करने वाला एक point है. And if you want to find the coordinate, so I can say कि y coordinate of this L dash is definitely going to be BE. But I do not know what will be this x length. मुझे ये x length नहीं पता, but I am sure about y length for this coordinate because this point lie on the line y is equal to b. This is the line whose equation is y is equal to be. इस लाइन में आप कहीं भी जाएंगे तो y की वैल्यू हमेशा be होगी, x बदलेगा. इस लाइन पे आप कहीं भी चलेंगे तो y की वैल्यू माइनस be होगी, x कोऑर्डिनेट चेंज हो सकता है. So definitely we have got a hint कि as far as y coordinate of this L dash is concerned, this will be surely BE. And as far as x coordinate is concerned, we do not know. Suppose x coordinate is L. So definitely coordinate of L dash can be considered as L comma B. And obviously respectable, since this L dash, now please listen to me carefully and focus upon my voice. Since this L dash lies on ellipse, that is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Since L dash lies on this equation, that is equation of ellipse of second kind, that is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Let's see what happens if we substitute this x in place of x and this y coordinate in place of y right over there in this equation. And if really you will do so, this goes off. Respectable, L square upon a square plus b square e square upon b square is equal to 1. Cancellation of b square will give you L square upon a square plus e square is equal to 1, or I can express this equation as L square upon a square is equal to 1 minus b square. Hopefully till this portion none of you would be having any kind of doubt inside of your brains if you are following my instructions to get this chapter prepared. If you are writing down the theory, if you are following my instructions as an order, so I am hoping so कि till this part you must not be having any kind of problem. Can I proceed further? Respectable, if I have proceeded further, so since this is second kind of ellipse, we know that A and B maintains this very important and the vital relation, that is a square is equal to b square into 1 minus e square. Obviously, if I am interested to find value of 1 minus e square, so it can be expressed as a square upon b square. Let's see what happens if we take this value from this relation and we substitute this value right over here in this relation. And if really you will do so, this will be L square upon A square is equal to A square upon B square. So L square is going to be A की power 4 upon B square, or L is equal to plus minus A square upon B. So thus we have got a very important information that L की दो values अगर आप origin से right पर move होंगे, so L is equal to plus A square upon B. And if you move on to the left of this origin, so coordinate of L is going to be minus A square upon B. So respectable, finally we have got the coordinate of this L dash and L, that is A square upon B comma BE, and this is going to be minus A square upon B comma BE. And if you talk about length of this LL dash, which is the length of lattice rectum, respectable length of LR. If you talk about length of LL dash, so this is going to be the length of LL dash. यहाँ का x length और यहाँ की x length जब आप ऐड करेंगे, so definitely LL dash की length हमें पता चलेगी. This length is A square upon B with negative sign, but since we are considering the length, so definitely this and this will be added. A square upon B, A square upon B. Finally, length of lattice rectum is going to be 2A square upon B. And if you can remember, when we talked about the length of lattice rectum of previous one, the first kind of ellipse, that length, the formula was coming out to be 2B square upon A. So more or less, x-axis got converted with y-axis got converted with x-axis, A has been replaced by B, and B has been replaced by A as far as comparison of equation of first kind of ellipse and second kind of ellipse is concerned. So respectable, in the same way you can obtain the coordinate of L1 and L1 dash also, but length of L1, L1 dash would remain same, that is also 2A square upon B. So all in all, length of lattice rectum is going to be 2A square upon B for second kind of ellipse. And if we talk about equation of lattice rectum, it is also very important, equation of LR. So if I talk about equation of LR, now please listen to me carefully. Discussions are going to be very vital and very important. So respectable, if we talk about this first lattice rectum, LL dash, so I would say this LL dash is a line which is parallel to x-axis and passing through at a distance of BE from origin. So since it is parallel to x-axis, this will be y is equal to constant, and that constant is going to be BE. So while talking about equation of first lattice rectum, LL dash is going to be y is equal to BE, and second lattice rectum, this is L1, L1 dash is going to be y is equal to minus B. These are the equation of lattice rectum. This is the length of lattice rectum. If someone asks you what is the distance between foci S and S dash, so this is BE distance, this is BE distance, 2BE will be the distance of foci, or 2BE will be the distance of two lattice rectum. And if someone asks you what is the distance between two directrixes of this ellipse, so this distance is BE, and from origin to this line, this distance is BE. Since it is downward the origin, we have considered it minus B, but while talking about distances, so ये distance B, ये distance B, distance between directrixes are 2B upon E. So याद रखिए, whenever directrix का distance is being asked, so we will say distance between both the directrix for second kind of ellipse is 2B upon E. And if we talk about distance between foci or distance between lattice rectum of second kind of ellipse, that is going to be 2BE. So respectable, this is going to be some phenomenal information of second kind of ellipse. Now we will be trying some very enormous, starting from the basic level up to the good level of question based upon the same theory. We will see some numerical application of this whole discussion. Also, respectable, the coordinate of vertex A, capital is A comma 0 and capital A dash is minus A comma 0. Length of AA dash, where AA dash is going to be minor axis for this ellipse. This is minor axis, and length of AA dash is 2A, and BB dash is going to be major axis for this ellipse, and length of BB dash is going to be 2B, where coordinate of capital B is 0 comma B and coordinate of B dash is going to be 0 comma minus B. अब हम इस थ्योरी पे बेस्ड न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन ट्राई करते हैं. So respectable, here it falls the very first question based upon the basic information of ellipse. Exactly, question says that we want to find the equation of ellipse whose focus is 1 comma 1, eccentricity E is 1 by 2, and equation of directrix is x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. If you watch the information being given in this question very carefully, now please listen to me very consciously what I am going to say you. Respectable, we want to find the equation of ellipse जिसकी focus is given to me, directrix is given to me, eccentricity is known to me. If directrix and focus of any conic is given, and if we are seriously interested to find equation of that conic, आप जानते हैं, this is the basic question based upon the very basic definition of conic, that SP upon PM is equal to E or SP is equal to EPM. So for solution, let's begin the solution. Respectable, let's say P x comma y be any point on ellipse, and if really it is so, if this point Px comma y lie on ellipse, so by the basic definition of ellipse we know that for every point which lie on ellipse, distance of that point from focus is equal to E times perpendicular distance of that point from directrix. In short, symbolically we say that SP is equal to EPM. Respectable, let's see what happens if we apply this definition for finding the equation of ellipse. And if really you have gone through SP, that is distance of Px comma y and focus S, this is going to be focus S, and this is going to be directrix, जिसको हम standard notation Zm से represent करते हैं. तो while talking about SP, तो this is S, this is P, distance formula, this is x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equal to E times, that is half times PM, मतलब Px comma y से length of perpendicular on this directrix. So respectable, how would you find the length drawn from this point over this directrix? So for doing so, x coordinate in place of x, y coordinate in place of y, plus 3 upon root of x के coefficient का square plus y के coefficient का square, by using the formula x1 y1 से length of perpendicular over a line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, that is ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root over a square plus b square. Let's see what happens if really we apply this formula. X को x की जगह, y को y की जगह, plus 3 as it is whole upon root of x के coefficient का square plus y के coefficient का square. And if really we have gone through solving this whole expression further, so this is x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equal to half into, this is x minus y plus 3 whole upon under root 2 if I am not wrong. And if I solve it further, respectable, let's see what happens if we square to both the side. And if really you will do so after squaring, we will have, this is x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equal to 1 upon 8 into x minus y plus 3 का whole square, or same expression can also be expressed as 8 times x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equal to x minus y plus 3 का whole square. If you really interested to solve this expression further, so you can open the bracket and then you can solve the similar terms by transferring them on the same side, and afterwards doing so you can get consolidated equation of ellipse if it is needed. Filal, if for 11th standard someone leaves his solution right till this part, he or she will be rewarded with complete marks. अगर आप 11th में यहां तक भी क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करके छोड़ते हैं, आई थिंक सो आपको स्कूल एग्जाम में फुल आउट ऑफ फुल मार्क्स मिलना चाहिए, प्रोवाइडेड देयर इज नो कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक्स इज फाउंड. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द इक्वेशन ऑफ एलिप्स. Hopefully you all must have got the idea exactly how we do find the equation of ellipse when focus is given, directrix is given, and eccentricity of ellipse is given. Let's move on to the next question. So respectable, here it falls the second question. Exactly, this is the given equation of an ellipse. 16x square plus 25y square is equal to 400. And exactly we are asked to find each and every information like focus, directrix, length of lattice rectum, major axis, minor axis, end point of major axis, end point of minor axis, each and every information which is possible to be found for this ellipse. This is the question. Let's begin the solution. That is a very basic question as far as ellipse is concerned. Equation of ellipse is given to me and information about ellipse has been asked. Respectable, let's see what happened first of all if we divide with this number. याद रखिए ये side अगर ये ellipse की equation में convert होना है, so this side should be equal to 1, because the standard equation of ellipse says that is standard equation will be x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Let's see what happens now. Please listen to me carefully. Question is basic, but the basic thing is going to be very crucial and important. So please focus upon the board and listen to me carefully. Respectable, let's see what happens if we divide with this number to both the side, and if really you will do so, this is 16x square upon 400 plus 25y square upon 400, that is equal to 1. Or this is x square upon 25 plus y square upon 16, that is equal to 1. Now please focus upon my voice and over the explanation what I am going to do. Now I will compare this with the standard form of ellipse, that is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Definitely this is representing the standard equation of ellipse. First of all, I have to investigate which kind of ellipse is given to me, whether it is first kind of ellipse or it is second kind of ellipse. So when you make comparison of this, a square is equal to 25, b square is equal to 16. So a is equal to 5, b is equal to 4. Since a is greater than b, so it is confirmed to me that ellipse is going to be first kind of ellipse. जैसे ही ellipse confirm होगा, listen to me carefully. No sooner you have made it confirmed that this ellipse is going to be first kind of ellipse. Respectable, the second thing, the most important part that you have to do, the relation has been decided. Which relation will be used? The relation between a, b and e that is to be used is going to be b square is equal to a square into 1 minus e square. मेरे पास b है, I have a. Now let's see what happens if we substitute the value of b and a right over here in this relation, and if really you will do so, that is going to be b square 16. This is 25 into 1 minus e square. So 16 upon 25 is equal to 1 minus e square. So 1 minus 16 upon 25 is going to be e square. So e square is going to be 9 upon 25. So E is equal to 3 upon 5. So respectable. Thus, I have got a most important and the vital result, that is going to be eccentricity of this ellipse, that is 3/5. चेक करिए ये जो नंबर है ये 1 से कम है या 1 से बड़ा. डेफिनेटली दिस नंबर इज गोइंग टू बी लेस देन 1. धोखे से भी अगर कभी E greater than 1 आ जाए, समझ जाइए you have made some calculation mistake, because eccentricity of ellipse can never be greater than 1. It is always going to be less than 1. मेरे पास A है, मेरे पास B है. The third and important vital part, that is eccentricity. We have used that relation, that is most important relation. In each and every question of ellipse, this relation is going to be used if it is going to be the first kind of ellipse. So you must get this in well of your remembrance, that is B square is equal to A square. 1 minus, जैसे ही A और B होगा, immediately we will be trying to find the value of E. Now since this ellipse has been justified as the first kind of ellipse, so you know that what is the shape of that first kind of ellipse. Suppose it is something like this. This is going to be y-axis, this is going to be my x-axis, this is x dash, this is y dash. Certainly this is going to be the center of ellipse, that is 0, 0. Since it is first kind of ellipse, this is A dash is going to be major axis. What is the coordinate of A? This is A, 0 means 5, 0, and this is going to be minus 5, 0. This is B dash. This is 0, B means 0, 4, and this is going to be B dash 0, minus 4. While talking about foci, this is S and S dash. This is AE, 0. AE will be what? A 5, E 3/5 will get cancelled out. So AE is going to be 3. So finally this focus is going to be 3, 0. So S dash is going to be minus 3, 0 if I am not wrong. Since this ellipse is of first kind, we know that it has two directrix. One is here, that is x is equal to A by E, and the second is here, that is x is equal to minus A by E. Respectable. Let's see what happens if we substitute the value of A and E right over here in this relation. And if really you will do so, the equation of directrix x is equal to 5 upon 3 upon 5, that is 25 upon 3, and this is going to be x is equal to minus 25 upon 3. When you talk about lattice rectum, so this is going to be the lattice rectum. This is L dash. And if you talk about length of this lattice rectum, so length of LL dash, length of LL dash, that is 2 B square upon A, that is 2 B square, matlab 16 upon 5, that is 32 upon 5 if I am not wrong. If you talk about length, that is 32 upon 5, but if you talk about equation of LL dash, so equation of LL dash, equation of lattice rectum, this is a line which is parallel to y-axis and passing through at a distance of 3 units from origin. Obviously it is going to be x is equal to AE or x is equal to 3. And while talking about this lattice rectum, this is the left of origin, so this is going to be x is equal to minus 3. Length for both the lattice rectum, this is L1 dash, or whether it is LL dash. Length of both the lattice rectum is going to be same, that is 32 upon 5. But as far as equation is concerned, respectable, equation of this first lattice rectum is x is equal to 3, whereas the second lattice rectum is going to be x is equal to minus 3. If we talk about coordinate of L, so this is going to be AE, B square upon A, and this is going to be AE, minus B square upon A. So this is AE, A 5, E 3/5. All in all, this is going to be 3, B square upon A. So this is going to be B square upon A. This is 16 upon 5. And this is 3, minus 16 upon 5. And when you talk about coordinate L1 dash, so L1, x be negative, y positive. So x kitna? This is 3, but negative, this is minus 3, comma 16 by 5, and this is minus 3, comma y be negative, this is minus 16 by 5. So all in all, when you talk about this kind of ellipse who is going to be fallen in category of first kind of ellipse where A is greater than B, so this kind of figure would be a justified figure for this ellipse, and these are some most important and the vital information regarding it. When you talk about length of AA dash is major axis, so respectable length of AA dash is going to be 2A, that is going to be 10 unit. And while talking about length of BB dash, this is minor axis, length of it is 2B, that is going to be 8 unit. So all in all, if equation of ellipse is given to me like this, so these are going to be the vital information regarding this first kind of ellipse. Hopefully all of you must have got all the ideas how we have calculated each and every information when equation of ellipse is given to me. Let's move on to the next question. So respectable, here it falls the next question, a very important interesting question on the basic level. अगर मुझे ellipse की basic information और उसको use करना सीखना है, so this kind of question seems to be important one. Exactly what is the question? This is the given equation to me for ellipse. 25x square plus 9y square is equal to 225, and exactly we want to find all information regarding this equation of ellipse. So first of all, if we begin with our solution, so this solution will be like, first of all, we will be trying to convert this equation as a standard form of an ellipse. And you know that what is the standard form? That is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Respectable, let's see what happens if we proceed our solution keeping that standard form in our mind. And if really you have done so, this 225 will be divided to each and every side of this given equation. And if really we will do so, let's see what result we are going to receive. This is 25x square upon 225 plus 9y square upon 225 is equal to 1. Obviously this will get cancelled out, so you will remain with x square upon 9 plus y square upon 25 is equal to 1. And if you make the compare of this equation with the standard equation of ellipse, that is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. So respectable, in place of a square we are having 9, in place of b square you are having 25. So naturally a is going to be 3, b is going to be 5. Definitely a is less than b. Since a is less than b, definitely this ellipse will fall in the second category of my ellipse. So that is going to be, जैसे मुझे a और b मिला किसी भी ellipse के question में, always remember वो relation सबसे पहले use होगा so that you could calculate value of eccentricity E. Since this is going to be the second kind of ellipse, I repeat, listen to me carefully. Respectable, since denominator of x is going to be less than the denominator of y, matlab a is going to be less than b, second kind of ellipse is there. And when you are seeking about the relation which is to be used, the relation will be used as a square is equal to b square into 1 minus e square. Let's see what happens if we substitute the value of a and b right over here in this relation. And if really you will do so, this is a square 9, that is equal to 25 into 1 minus e square. So 1 minus e square is going to be 9 upon 25. So 1 minus 9 upon 25 is e square, or e is going to be 4 upon 5 if I am not wrong. So respectable, thus we have got a very important value, that is going to be value of eccentricity E, and that is coming out to be 4 by 5. एक बार check करिए, is this value is going to be less than 1? Certainly numerator chota, denominator bada, value is going to be less than 1, means calculation are perfect. When you are confirmed, when you have made it confirm that ellipse is going to be second kind of ellipse, so shape of ellipse will be something like this, if I am not wrong. This would be something like my ellipse. This is going to be y-axis, this is going to be usual x-axis, this is x dash, this is y dash, and definitely this point is going to be center of ellipse whose coordinates are 0, 0. Since this is second kind of ellipse, so this is going to be major axis and this is going to be minor axis. Major axis of this ellipse will lie on y-axis, minor axis of ellipse will lie on x-axis, means this BB dash is going to be major axis and this AA dash is going to be minor axis. आप जानते हैं always foci always lie on major axis of ellipse, and if it is second kind of ellipse, so this is S and S dash are the foci. This is 0, BE and this is 0, minus B. What will be the value of BE? B. What is B? 5 into, this is E, 4 by 5, this is going to be 4. ये value of BE है, मैंने अलग से calculate कर ली. The coordinate of first focus 0, B, this is 0, 4, and coordinate of second foci will be 0, minus 4. And if you talk about equation of directrix, this is going to be y is equal to B upon E, and the second directrix is going to be y is equal to minus B upon E, means this is y is equal to B, 5 upon 4 upon 5, so this is going to be 25 by 4, so y is equal to 25 by 4 is equation of this directrix, and y is equal to minus 25 by 4 is going to be the equation of this directrix. Suppose this is Zm directrix and this is going to be Z dash M dash directrix. When you talk about equation of lattice rectum, so respectable, this is going to be L dash, and this is going to be the second lattice rectum, this is L1 dash. So equation of LL dash, this is equation of LR. क्या होगा? This is y is equal to, this is a line which is parallel to x-axis and lying at a distance of 4 units from origin. So y is equal to plus 4 and this is going to be y is equal to minus 4. When you talk about length of this lattice rectum, I repeat, length of LL dash. So respectable, when you talk about length of LR, so length of lattice rectum is going to be 2 a square upon b, because this is the second kind of ellipse. So all in all, this is going to be 2 into 9 upon 5. This is going to be 18 upon 5. So length of LL dash as well as L1 dash, length will never be changed. Equation different only, but length for both the lattice rectum is going to be same, and that is going to be 18 by 5. If we talk about coordinate of B, so this is 0, 5 and this is going to be 0, minus 5. So BB dash, that is major axis, is going to be length as 2B. So 10 unit will be the length of BB dash. So length of BB dash is going to be 2B, that is going to be 10, and length of AA dash, that is going to be 2A, is going to be 8 unit, because 6 unit. This is 3, so this is going to be 6 unit. So respectable, AA dash 6 unit, BB dash 10 unit lengths. Coordinate of A and A dash, this is going to be A, 0, 3, 0, this is going to be minus A, 0, so this is minus 3, 0. So these are some vital information, and rest of the information is still, it is, if it is required, to be obtained by going through the standard theory for second kind of ellipse using these terminology? I think so. All of you must be very comfortable if some other required information is asked. So hopefully all of you must have got that idea inside of your brains very firmly. When equation of ellipse is given, how do you find all the required and the vital information regarding that figure? Let's move on to the next question.